another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of everything to do with travel in style. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bello Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bello Braddock. And today, get lost the right way. 10 travel mistakes to avoid on vacation.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how to travel in style and how to do things the right way. But there's also a way to travel not in style. And so we thought we'd have a little fun this week. We did some research and came up with our list of the 10 worst things you can do on vacation and really how to avoid them. Because we believe, journeys should happen, when you explore and are curious, but there's a right way to do it and a wrong way.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to be the person that somebody's posting a video about on TikTok complaining about you.
Yeah, so we're going to run through these 10 and let us know in the comments this week on social media and so on. Have you seen any of these? Or hopefully not, have you done any of these things when you travel? So 10 things to avoid doing when you travel is basically what we're talking about. Number 1, easy one, ignoring local customs.
Yeah. And obviously there are things that you may not know and that you might ignore unintentionally, but specifically going out of your way to ignore local customs is where it gets a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, and if you're traveling somewhere, what you should do is look ahead, do a little bit of research. It's pretty easy with the internet to find out about the place you're visiting. Things like removing your shoes if you're going to a temple in Japan and things like that you just want to know to show a little bit of respect about the surroundings. Locals really appreciate when you try, even if you're not perfect at it.
Unless they're French.
No, I would disagree.
I'm kidding.
In fact, I had a story once that people get upset because they try to start speaking French when they're in France and the French people respond back in English and then people go, oh, well, I tried. And then they just, they took it as a negative that they were responding in English. But usually that's not the reason they're doing it. The reason they're doing it, having lived in France, is that they know your English. They want to practice their English with you the same way you're practicing your French with them. So usually
you have to do is have a conversation in franglais.
Yeah, it's not a slight is what I'm getting at, but just trying is usually worth the effort. All right, number 2. This is one that Amelia does but doesn't do it poorly, I would say.
You.
What's number 2?
It's not overpacking. It's overpacking and then complaining about it.
Exactly.
As if somebody else forced you to.
Yeah, so if you're with someone who's dragging their giant overstuffed suitcase through cobblestone streets in Europe and then whining and sweating and complaining the whole way, they overpacked. That's not a cool thing. I will say to Amelia, in her defense, she does overpack, but she does not complain about it.
Yeah, that's like when people stay up way too late through their complete own volition and then complain about how tired they are the next day.
So
that's
if you're going to do it
but,
Amelia way.
Well, no, I definitely do complain about how tired I am, but
But you don't
be that.
I haven't seen you be that kind of person, that tourist complaining loudly while they're dragging their heavy suitcase that they overpack. All right, number 3, and a little play on words because a lot of things we talk about is Disney, but treating every destination like it's a theme park is a definite no-no. People around the world do not exist for your entertainment is one way to look at it.
Yeah, and I think definitely in this day and age with social media, everybody's just more comfortable taking their phone out and snapping pictures of absolutely anything and everything. But it's not necessarily preferred, especially in some other cultures.
Yeah, there really are places where taking pictures of locals without asking them is, really not going to help your cause when you're there.
Yeah, well, technically probably illegal in a public space. It's just kind of common courtesy to ask before taking photos and participate respectfully if you want to participate in their customs.
And you know what we find? Again, most of the time they'll say sure and they'll pose with you and you'll end up with some great photos, but don't be like sneaking around taking pictures of people. Think about how you would feel. A lot of these are, how would you feel if someone did this to you?
I would call the police.
All right. Now, one that I really don't personally like, number 4, have definitely seen this a lot, never do it, hopefully, is being loud and obnoxious. You do not want to be that. The all-night party spirit is great at your college, but in a quiet village or a small hotel somewhere,
Well, it's great
or
at
anywhere in
the
the
club,
world,
not in your room.
yeah, it is not a cool thing. So try to keep it fun, but consider it. Follow the lead of the place, is really how I like to say.
Yeah.
Again,
If you have thin walls and families next door, go out and have your fun and then come back in and relax for the night.
and don't scream on the street or be overly loud. Be aware of your surroundings, unless it is a loud market in, some country.
Or you're somewhere and some big sports team just won and everyone's partying on the street all night. Things like that make sense. You shouting at the top of your lungs really isn't going to beat that kind of noise.
All right, number 5. Don't do this one.
Hey.
Only eating what you know.
I feel attacked.
You've gotten better at this. And the easiest way to say it is
Stop traveling with your little kids if you're going to get mad at them for this.
flying all the way around the world just to find the local McDonald's. Really not cool.
But you have to
not a
try
great way to
hamburgers in every country.
So taste the local
I'm
specialties.
collecting them like stamps.
Food is culture almost everywhere.
For sure.
Worst case scenario, you have another great travel story to tell that, those fried scorpions weren't actually very good. All right. Number 6, forgetting even basic phrases in the language of the place you're visiting. Hello, please, thank you. Go. This is similar to what we were saying earlier. They go a long way. But if you show up not knowing a single word and just speaking English, you're really telling them, I really don't care about you or your place. I expect you to speak in my language. Not cool.
Well, yeah, and I feel like, especially kind of depending on where you go, a lot of people, especially in more touristy areas, probably do speak English. But even just making that little bit of effort probably does make whoever you're dealing with a little bit more inclined to be nicer to you, as they can tell that you put in some energy into learning their culture and having a bit of appreciation for it.
And don't worry if your accent's bad. Just think about when people speak English in foreign accents. It's sort of cute, right? So you like that they actually know what they're saying. This one is really not cool, number 7, and that is disrespecting, in particular, sacred places.
Yeah, this is the big one. And if you are doing this, also don't post it.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the ones.
That's another pretty big move.
This angers me because there's been too many of these stories recently of people scratching their initials on Roman Colosseums or ancient temples. I mean, I don't get it. There's too much of this. Please don't be that tourist. I mean, it's hard to even believe that people do that, but they do.
I'm like, if you want to leave your mark, put a lock on the bridge. Don't disfigure thousands of years of architecture.
Exactly.
To put your initials on it. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, instead, follow the dress codes locally. Keep your voice down. Always remember that a lot of these
take
places...
pictures. Buy a souvenir.
These hold deep meaning for locals, too. Most of these places that we're talking about. So just bear that in mind. Number 8, one we talk about a lot. Don't do it when you travel. Don't do it at Disney World or anywhere. Over planning every minute of your vacation. It is not a military exercise.
It is when I run it.
And if you have a travel agent who wants to do that for you,
Like
find
me?
another travel agent.
Hey!
Find another travel agent. And if travel agents are listening, do not overplan your people's, unless they specifically ask you to plan every minute. Don't do it.
Yeah, especially if you're traveling in a group, you gotta know who is...
Or with kids.
Like what personality types everybody has. Well, that includes kids. But see, when I was little, I was the one who wanted to plan every minute. I tried to make you sign contracts. You would not do so.
Yes, well.
I was going to say, it doesn't just mean that your kids are going to want to be chaotic and you're going to want to be structured. It could be the opposite way around.
Time to wander and getting a little lost. And
yes, I most certainly
things.
did. And I scheduled it right on in there.
So if that's how you want to look at it, then great. If your scheduling is 3 hours of open time, that's great.
That's what I do.
That is not
still on the schedule.
That's not what we mean by scheduling every minute. All right. Number 9. This one also very bad. Leaving garbage everywhere you go.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Just in general, not even
at
not
home.
even just traveling.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Nothing kills these paradise places faster, and it's getting so much worse with social media, everyone wanting to go to places. So,
and sometimes it is harder in these types of locations to find proper places to recycle or compost or put things away. But just know when you buy something, when you bring something out with you, have some sort of plan for how to dispose of it. If you're bringing it out, you should know what waste is going to be associated with that. So definitely, especially if it's where wildlife is, if it's somewhere super scenic, if there's a lot of animals that live there, you definitely don't want to be that person that's leaving trash around.
and my simple tip for this is to treat every place you go as if you're coming back tomorrow. Then you're not going to litter it, I hope.
That's a good point, actually.
All right, number
hate
10,
that.
the final one, which sort of is a culmination of all of them, forgetting that you are a guest in these places you visit and that the people you encounter live there all the time.
And as much as you may think it's not obvious, people will probably know.
Entitlement does not look good. In fact, there's been a big backlash in a lot of European cities this year.
This year, last year,
Yeah,
like
it's just
tourists
getting
go
worse.
home.
And it's this reason. If everyone visited with these 10 tips in mind, those problems would not exist to the degree that they do today. So,
Yeah, and you obviously want to enjoy your vacation, but there is a way to do that that's respectful, that makes the locals not want to,
yeah, respect
hate
open
all the
stores,
tourists
right?
away.
Travel with humility. That is the bottom line in all of these 10 tips. So
because
get
a lot of
lost.
these places do love tourists. The economy thrives on it. Obviously, there are tourist attractions for tourist use, so you just got to find a way to make the most of your trip and enjoy all of these places as well.
Yeah, I was going to say get lost the right way.
Exactly.
All right, there you have it. We hope you enjoyed these. Let us know any stories you have of witnessing any of these 10 things, hopefully not involving you, and share them on social media this week as this episode is posted. All right, everyone. Thanks as always for listening. Follow along on social media at 1923 Main Street. Visit the shop at 1923mainstreet.com. We will see you again next week. And as always, roam freely and wear boldly.
Bye-bye.